Hey guys, I'm Tim, and this is the Board Game Rundown, and today I'm going to do a review of Chemical Overload. They were nice enough to send me the deluxe edition. We did do a Kickstarter preview for this back when it was on Kickstarter, and we were pretty gaga over it then, and that has not changed with the final production copy. So, Chemical Overload, what we're going to do is we are basically trying to make these different potions and get as many victory points as we can while the toxin levels build up, and when it gets to the end, most victory points wins. How do you do that? Well, you're gonna have a hand of cards that are either like flasks, ingredients, or even eventually potions and stuff. And you are going to, on your turn, you can do up to 2 actions. You can gain a coin. So it's like, well, I need money. I'm going to take a coin. You can buy a flask. There's a cost associated with all of the flasks. There are free ones as well if you don't have enough money. Gain a chemical. So these are free to gain. To gain a green one, you need a red and a blue one to do that. And then to gain like a double jade here, you would need 3 green. You know, so stuff like that. It's all on the cards. It's really cool how that works. You can create a potion. So you're going to do 2 of those actions. Playing a potion does not cost an action. And each potion may only be played once per turn. Guess what? All of that is right here on your player board. There is also, it does tell you on these really great player aids as well. And so that's kind of what you're doing. How do we advance this toxin deck or toxin level track over here? Thanks for asking. Different potions, right? So I've just seeded the board randomly with these different sets of potions. They have recommended setups. So you'll have different kinds of potions that will play well off of each other, like in the back of the book. So they can give you some really cool combos and sets. But just for setting up and filling up the board, I just threw them out. But they're based like kind of where they are like numerically, right? So there's a bunch of 2s, there's some 3s, some 4s, a 5 and a 6. And once those potions are gone, they're gone. But some of them will not have that green, like smoky, hazy toxin hue around them, and some of them do, and not every card in that one does, right? So when you create one that does, you're going to advance that toxin level, and when you get to one of the spots where there's a card, you're going to flip over a toxin card, and it's going to tell you basically where you are on the toxin track. Is going to tell you what's happening. And it's going to give you like an ongoing effect that is your active toxin until a new one gets played. So yeah, basically you're using money to buy flasks. You're using your ingredients to get more ingredients or better ingredients. And you are then trying to play those cards. Once you meet those requirements, you can take that potion, you add it to your discard. And there you go. There's also these gems you can gain, which will then go here. Those are victory points at the end. And you're going to go until you get all the way up to the top of the track. That's kind of it. It's pretty straightforward. This game is very, very, very straightforward. Where it gets really unique is in the potions and what they do and how they sort of will give you maybe extra actions or just different things. How they affect the game is always fun, and there's a zillion combinations in here. The recommended ones are really good. We've had fun just doing it random, as long as they're not like, you might want to look like a little bit at them before you just go completely random and be like, well, that doesn't even make any sense with what we got going on in here. But let me just tell you, I love the art design. I love the colors all just pop a lot. The way the board is, I mean, everything has a place, and it's really clean. It's really clean how it all lays out. I really appreciate that. The player boards are great. Again, it's got all your actions right on there, what you're going to do, and you can only do 2 actions, so there's not a lot of downtime between your turns. I love that. It takes a second to set up as you're going through and finding all the right potions to put out and everything. But after that, you're up and running and you're cooking. And this game moves really fast. It says 45 to 75 minutes, and that's probably right. If you're playing this game for like more than an hour, hour and a half, something's going wrong. You're either maybe you're just not with the right people, or because it's not that hard. Play your cards, see what you got, and take your 2 actions. Boom. Keep going. Rinse, repeat. I will also say the deluxe components in this game are freaking ridiculous. This first player like metal coin is amazing. These their metal coins are great. They look really good. I just really appreciate that. It's very cool. There's also, I have not looked at it, but there is a solo rule book. So you got a whole rule book just for solo stuff, and don't be intimidated by the size. There's lots of pictures, and it does a really nice job of sort of walking you through the setup and like what you're doing. I don't have a lot of complaints. This game's really good. I got to play it again at a convention recently, and I believe everybody that was sitting at the table had a really good time and was really impressed with it. So Chemical Overload, because this is like a one-man show, Rebirth Games, it's not like there's like a huge company behind it. It's just a couple of people, right? And they're passionate about it, and it's really paid off. This game's really good, and more people should know about it. I'm just going to say, I was really excited that the Kickstarter went well, and was even happier when a deluxe version showed up on my doorstep, because it looks great. And again, very easy to teach and get to the table. Love it. With the way that the player aids are, and then the player board itself even being an additional reminder of what you can and cannot do. It's got space for your money. It's got space for your VPs, your draw deck, your discard pile. I mean, it's got everything you need. If you have cards that go to the table, they go right here on the side, just like it says. You can, it's really cool. It's really cool. I enjoy it a lot. You've got your flask slots, so when you can make your potions. It's really good. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but when you are playing your chemicals to then make a potion, you need to have a flask to fit it in. And the flasks are different sizes because they can hold more chemicals. And so there you go. Lots of really cool details. Again, the art is really fun. I love it. So Board Game Rundown, we're going to rate this game between 1 and 10, put that up on BGG as our rating. If there was more than one of us here today, which there are not, we would average those scores together, but today you're just getting the Tim score, and that's the score that matters. I mean, I'm going to say that because that's my score. So yeah, this game does a lot of things right and nothing wrong. This game's a 9 for me. It's pretty light, but I don't think that's a negative. Because I appreciate the streamlined ness of it. I say it's light, but it's light for like people that are like heavy gamers. But this game is brisk. It moves, and the toxin deck really makes it hard on people and can kind of complicate things. So I appreciate that quite a bit, and it keeps that game spicy, keeps it interesting. So I'm a big fan. Really, they did a great job. They did a really good job with this, and you could tell. So let me know what you think. Also, if you've watched this far, thank you. Thank you for watching it all the way to the end. Please consider liking, subscribing, ringing the bell, getting notifications so anytime a new video drops, you know about it. If you've already done that, well, thank you again. Appreciate it. If you want to support the show financially, we do have a Patreon, and over there you will see videos of us, very like loosely raw edits of us playing games, learning games, things like that. Some early release stuff over there too, so you can see stuff before it comes out to everybody else. But if you can't or don't want to do that, that's totally fine. We appreciate the comments, the interactions, all those things. If like some of these potions, let me give you a few names of these potions, and you tell me what you would name a potion in here. There's the potion of 3 wishes. Guess what? You get to do 3 things on that card. There's a metamorphic potion. So you can place a coin on this card and destroy this card for a potion equal to the number of coins on it or less. So you can transform this potion just for a couple bucks into a better potion, right? There's a replacement potion, radioactive potion, potion of the reborn. All kinds of really cool stuff in here, and there's even more in the box. There's so many cool combinations. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling on about this damn game. It's fun. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. For the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.